This episode is brought to you by Prime Video. In the small town of Holland, Michigan, nothing is ever what it seems. Behind the tulip festivals and pretty houses lay dark secrets that threaten to tear a marriage apart. Nicole Kidman stars in this darkly twisted thriller about a wife and mother whose quest to uncover her husband's secrets may get her more than she bargained for. Holland, streaming on Prime Video March 27th.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. It's tax season, and we're all a bit tired of numbers. But here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it. Guaranteed. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
The following episode contains themes that may be distressing to some audiences. See our show notes for a full list of content warnings as well as links to transcripts. The Madness of Chartrulean. Episode 11. A Kindness.
Finally, a break in the weather.
Dr. Fillion, we've finally broken through to the antechamber.
On my way.
As far as I can tell, there aren't any major obstructions. The interior of the structure is well preserved.
Good. Hopefully the extraction will be simple.
Can I ask exactly what it is we're extracting?
Knowledge.
What kind of knowledge?
This place has spent the last 1,000 years buried under rock and ice. We're the first to break through. So whatever we find here will be unedited. Today, we may very well unlock secrets that have so far been lost to us.
Watch your head.
Remarkable.
Oh, strange. It's like people were just here yesterday.
I recommend not touching anything unless I tell you to.
What is this place?
A library.
Without any books?
A library of another kind. Look at the walls.
What are all these little inscriptions?
Names. Inside each one of these little stone compartments is a soul, and each soul has a story to tell.
It opened.
I said not to touch anything.
Sorry, it was an accident.
Anyway, what I'm really interested in is that.
What is it?
A machine. One of the last of its kind, and hopefully salvageable.
What's it do?
It's a translator between the past and the present. With it, we'll be able to fill a gaping hole in history. Finally know the truth about what led to Zarastra's demise.
What's that?
Apparently a message. Appears I've been missed.
Special lady?
No. Vitruvian. Secure the site. I must return to Idrica with haste.
But
this has been waiting here for over 1,000 years. It can wait a little longer, if it has to. Secure the site.
Chartrulean re-entered the Astreus compound through the garden gate. What he'd learned with Magagoso replayed in his mind.
Sophrosyne, a Jhardestra. The simplest of the Jhardeho, but most potent. In a word, infectious. But they are our very nature amplified. Without exhibiting any outward power, their effect on others is undeniable, however mysterious. An example. She puts her fingers to my temples. Dopamine release is almost instant. The headache dissipates. Sleep overcomes. And then there was the banquet. There's no question we shared a connection that transcends the physical, which allowed her to follow me into the void. My heart races in her presence. I quietly obsess over even the smallest details of her. It must be related. She might be the closest thing to magic that still exists in this world. Or the echo of a curse. Nicola. There's nothing on her feet, and the ground is cold. Nicola. Oh, I should follow.
Chartrulean followed Nicola back out through the garden gate. She wasn't wearing much more than her underclothes, and her bare feet padded across the tarmac. He watched her heels turn black with dirt and oil. Her eyes were open, unblinking, and trained on something invisible in front of her. She was making a beeline for the hangar where the 9 were stored. She pushed her way through the side door and approached Ekta, the ship she named after her grandmother. Standing nose to cold metal nose, Nicola reached up and caressed the ship fondly, cocking her head from side to side as if greeting a loved one after a long time apart. Chartrulean stayed in the shadows of the hangar and observed.
There's something to this. She would not have come here by mistake. Something was urging her. Something I can't see. Or can I? There's another presence here. You see it. I can sense it. That sound. She sees me. Ship is engaging me. It's trying to attack.
Where am I?
Nicola, tell me what just happened.
I saw a strange light in my room and I followed it. I don't remember anything else.
Come on, I'll carry you back.
Carrie?
Your feet. Here, put this on.
Oh, thank you.
We're going directly to Shan. You really don't remember anything?
Well, not exactly. I felt like I was dreaming about my grandmother. I've been dreaming about her a lot lately, but she's always speaking a language I can't understand. Sometimes I dream of someone else, a stranger. I never see their face, only their shadow and red eyes. When it shows up, I feel like I'm in danger. It switches from one to the other so fast sometimes, but the shadow, sometimes it doesn't really go away, even after I'm awake.
You have this dream often?
Yes. Maybe it sounds strange, but I think my grandmother is trying to warn me. If only I could understand what she was saying. Sometimes I felt like if I just listen close enough, I'll figure it out. And these nightmares will stop.
I've also had dreams. Dreams I can't understand, of things that feel dangerous.
Really? That makes me feel a lot better.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's just knowing that you're not untouchable, that you're going through this along with us.
Nicola,
We're in this together. Aren't we?
Of course.
How did you find me anyways? And why are you dressed all normal?
I was out looking for answers.
Did you find any?
No. Only more questions.
Night transitioned into day, and Prince Imsep strode defiantly through the corridors of the Jhardeho temple at the heels of an acolyte. Loam lumbered behind, followed by 2 watchmen.
Just wait here.
No, step aside.
Sir,
What's this Starbringer offspring doing in here? Have it removed immediately.
He says he has something important to tell you.
Why should I listen?
Because I believe an injustice has been done. One that the Order and the people don't deserve.
And what power do you have to fix it? A sniveling, broken prince?
None. But you do. All I have is information.
Information that you think I can use. How?
To punish my father.
Close the door.
Yes, sir.
Leave while you're at it.
Yes, sir.
Well?
I have found the new regime ringleader. Father and Yoba are keeping him unfairly restrained at the capital without any input from the council.
Pity. Pity. I was enjoying reading his trite garbage.
It's not garbage. It's poetry.
Idealistic drivel, written by privileged little children too busy enjoying the fruits of high society to see the damage they're doing. Why should I be interested in this information?
Because I believe the new regime and the Order could be powerful allies.
If you expect me to aid you in replacing the monarchy with that, you can take your leave.
Then what about Chartrulean? I have information on Astreus, too.
Don't you dare come in here and speak that name to me!
Seems I struck a nerve. I'll tell you what I know if you help me. You still have allies within my father's council, do you not?
What exactly do you hope to achieve?
What do you know about the Berserker?
Nothing. Sounds made up.
What if I told you that Chartrulean was making people sick?
Sick? How so?
A cancer of the mind. There are currently 2 felled pariah.
Hearsay.
No, I saw it myself. Up close and personal. I also know what Astreus is planning next, and that they are grooming an army of Jhardeho here in Simitude.
This goes too far. Get him out of my sight!
Unhand me! Think about it. What more could you want than an informant with my kind of access to your enemies?
Please, don't tarnish what little dignity the Starbringers have left in my eyes with your pleas.
You're making a big mistake. I'm handing you an opportunity on a silver platter.
Your mistake was coming here, thinking I would help you. Give Josquin my regards. If you ever see him again. How stupid do you think I am? I know everything that goes on in this city.
Guardian, where are you? Stop this abuse.
If only that was true. What are you still doing here, Guardian? Be a good dog and follow your master. Do you mean to frighten me? Well, say something. What's this? A letter? Who from? How strange. And stranger still is this manner of writing. Jhardeho, save me.
She held onto your hand all night.
Not the most comfortable night, but there have been worse.
Shh. It's still early. She could use a little more sleep. Let's leave her to it. I've never seen you do that with them.
Do what?
Spend the night in the infirmary.
I think part of me was afraid she wouldn't wake up again. To lose another.
Well then, I have good news. That Borsha girl was here with a message. Fillion's been found, and he's agreed to see the paladins.
Is he on his way?
There is a catch.
No time for catches. He needs to come straight here.
No ships can reach him. The storm has calmed but not subsided. We're stuck with whatever time he needs to be able to move along the surface. And he wishes to remain in Idrica.
What? Why?
Everything he needs to work is there. Not to mention, so is Artademus.
Not that again.
Chartrulean, you have to take them to Artademus.
They will not go back willingly. You have no idea what Idrica is to these kids.
At least take Ditrin and Homina.
They cannot be seen in their condition.
There are two sides to this. Hopefully, Fillion can fix their bodies, but their minds are still lost. They need the Etruvian to guide them home, and if that can't be you...
I really am useless.
Yulia's already preparing to receive all of you.
It sounds like a plan has been forged without me. Unbelievable.
Well, that's the extent of how much I am willing to push. The rest is up to you. Make the right choice.
Fantastic.
How was your fresh air outing, by the way? Enlightening, I hope.
It was, and wasn't.
You went to the temple.
I needed to call in a favor.
How is Magagoso?
Fatter.
True. There you are. Did you hear? Borsha found Fillion.
I did.
I'll leave you boys to talk.
What's going on?
Fillion will not leave Idrica. We must go to him.
What? That's ridiculous. I don't understand why he can't just come here.
He may not hold the modern world in very high esteem, but this seems excessive.
Well, can he be convinced to come here?
He can, but he is not the only involved party. This is no doubt Yulia and Shan conspiring behind my back. They will say anything short of admitting that I am a failure. And now this? But what if they're right? If last night proved anything, it's that the situation will only worsen.
Why? What happened last night?
They need another kind of help. Help that, at this rate, I may not be able to provide. But maybe Artademus can.
So...
Whatever they intend with this intervention, I am resolved to let it happen. We take Ditrin and Homina with us.
And how are we going to do that safely? I mean, we're already spread thin for this trip, and Homina's a handful by herself.
You're right. How about this as a compromise? Ditrin is stable. We can move him discreetly on his own. Everyone will have their chance to weigh in, and we can reason with Fillion directly, without any interloping women.
That could work.
You know what I find even more unbelievable is the sheer hypocrisy of it.
Yeah, well...
The mystics practically embrace inaction as a gospel, so why interfere now? Forget it. I am wasting my energy. What is done, and it's settled.
Yeah, for now. Oh yeah. I also came to tell you there's a bit of bad news out front.
You're killing us!
The Zealots are back.
When did they get here?
Who knows? They were there when I got up. But that's not even the best part.
What is this?
The latest tabloid. You know the kind.
Do I want to know how you got this?
I didn't go out, if that's what you're implying. One of the technicians brought it in.
I do not have the energy for this.
Then let me do the honors.
Wait.
Headline.
No.
Is the Etruvian Messiah the king Simitsu really needs? As Chartrulean ushers in the age of Azuria,
Havelion.
He enters a political arena fraught with existential woes.
Can you please?
Astreus looks to the stars for hope with the construction of a new frigate, bearing the same name of none other than the Starbringer princess, Sophrosyne.
How did they even get this information?
An unlikely duo in uncertain times. It's said that the princess spends her days at Astreus making...
Will you please give me that back?
Making plans for
Come
a future
back now.
Free of the burdens of her unfortunate family legacy.
Damn it, Havelion.
Some say It's only a matter of time before she draws more than the Etruvian's eye.
We
may very well... Hey, wait, there's more. We may very well be looking at the future of Arcasian politics. This is serious now.
Politics?
The princess, an emblem of beauty and grace in the image of her mother.
Havelion?
And the first Etruvian prince, consort, and future king...
Havelion!
Hey!
I have heard enough.
Oh, I actually memorized it. I can paraphrase the rest if you'd like.
How many people have seen this?
25 at least.
No. I mean, has Sophrosyne seen this?
Well, you can ask her yourself. She's here.
What? I need to get somewhere I can think.
Thank you, Oh, there you are. Can you talk for a second?
Do you have to be here right now?
Excuse me?
Have you looked outside?
Yeah.
Do you know why they're here?
No. Why?
Jhardeho saved me.
If you'll excuse me, I have to go out and clear the front gates.
Please let them go. It's their right.
Not while you're here. By the way, who in your sphere is aware of our plans for the ship?
Mostly just my family and whoever my dad's told. Why?
I'll be back.
You, come with me.
Me? Why?
Just come.
We're going up in the elevator?
After you.
Oh, I've always wanted to see the spaceport. Is that where we're headed? Somehow I forgot how beautiful the Blighted Valley can be. Look at everything.
Astreus, stop.
Whoa.
Stay alert.
We're not going all the way up?
Another time.
Well, then why'd you bring me here?
I needed quiet.
Then I don't understand why you'd bring me, of all people.
You seem to believe that I have a low opinion of you.
And suddenly you don't.
Here. You asked for this back, and so I am returning it.
Oh, you broke it.
No, I enhanced it. Does that inscription mean anything to you?
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen it before, no.
Is there anything else you can think of that might give us a clue about its origin?
Give us a clue? Maybe I'll let you keep it after all.
If you offer it again, I will refuse. Why did you give it to me?
Before I tell you anything, I wanted to ask you about dreams.
Dreams?
Have you ever had a really strange one? One that you feel is trying to tell you something important? See, for years, I've been having the same one. Over and over again.
Dreams are the refraction of our own experiences through a distorted lens. Those that carry even a grain of prophecy are a tangle of fears and desires. Most are unreliable garbage.
I just need to know if it's possible for one to come true.
Have parts of your dream come true?
The night we met, you were wearing this. I gave it to you to prove that I was being ridiculous, but that's not what happened. This is the letter my mom left me before she died. I keep it with me at all times, and I think you should read it.
Find the chrysalis in the void. The truth waits for you on the other side of fear. She will give you the power to change the world.
Those words have been with me for more than half my life. There are things in there that still don't make any sense, but I think I found the chrysalis in the void. His face first appeared to me in a strange dream. He was wrapped in blue light, staring at me from a cold, dark place with black eyes. And then I saw him again in the void the night of the banquet, wrapped in blue light. Oh, please, would you say something? Don't just stand there with your back to me.
Tell me about your mother.
No, she died when I was really young, so there are mostly just small things left. Smells, sounds, feelings. I always knew she was special. But then, a few years ago, on the same night I first had the dream, I learned something that she was.
Something that she was. And that you suspect yourself to be.
What can I tell you that won't sound idiotic? When we met, I said that we might be alike, and you just shirked it off.
Because you are Jardestra.
Sorry, I guess.
We're not the same. Even if it's true, that doesn't change.
What do you mean? Wouldn't that mean I have some special power, too?
Jardestra didn't gift humanity with anything that wasn't already there.
That's not true. She gave us love.
Wrong.
The Jhardeho evolution was of the spirit, the Jhardekai of mind and body, the Jardestra the heart. Everyone knows that.
She was a placebo.
I don't believe that.
Jardestra came here to make a point about our innate nature.
It's in my blood. That can't count for nothing.
I never said it did. Will you let me get to my point?
Please.
What exactly are you after?
I don't know. An epiphany. Answers.
Answers to what?
To why I feel so alone, and if it's... I don't know, because I'm special.
Why would you ever wish that upon yourself?
So I can have more to offer the world than just my name. To be more like you and live above the world.
Above? I am a slave to this world. You have no concept.
Why are you being so awful about this?
I am being honest with you. It may not be what you wanted to hear, but believe me, I am doing you a kindness.
This isn't about something being easy or problems magically solving themselves. It's
what problems could you possibly have that being a demigod would solve?
Well, that's easy for you to say. You get to change the world. All I'll be able to accomplish is kicking the Starbringer name down the line.
Do you honestly believe that?
I am alone.
To be Jhardeho is the very definition of being alone.
But you have all these people holding you up. I'm just surrounded by people who don't listen or even try to understand me.
Just because I have people close by does not mean that we understand one another.
Havelion understands you a great deal.
He knows my habits, not my heart.
Don't turn around.
What?
I'm trying really hard not to cry.
No. Sophrosyne, please
Why
don't...
is it so much worse when you actually say my name?
Can I do or say anything right with you?
Why'd she have to leave me with all these riddles? Why couldn't she have said any of this so that I didn't have to hear it from some... monster?
Monster. So that is what you think of me, after all this time.
No,
And yet you expect me to, what? Indulge you?
I didn't mean it like that.
Oh no. I think you did. Let me spare you the trouble of having to name all the ways in which I am a monster. I am fully aware. But don't make a monster out of me, just because I can't give you an easy answer. You want to know why? Because easy answers hide hard truths.
Whoa. Are you all right?
I'm fine. The air is just... I didn't think this through.
Okay.
There is more you need to know, but don't push me on it right now.
Is it bad?
No, just uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. Great.
Don't misunderstand me.
I think I'm dead weight.
No. I think you are confused.
Can you at least tell me what you think of the letter?
You want to know if I am your chrysalis in the void. I understand that you are desperate for answers, but it would be better for both of us to separate these things in your mind. Anything I say could be very damaging.
Do you want me to tell you the rest of my dream?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because this letter is not a dream. It is right here, in my hand. If you cannot see the difference, then I can be no more use to you than the words on this page. I'm sorry, but you'll have to answer this on your own.
You already said I'm powerless, alone, and my dreams are garbage. So why should I even try?
Because you're supposed to be following your heart, not hinging on the words of a monster. Sophrosyne, there are more monstrous things out there than I, and they can take on a cunning form. I will help you once you learn to see them for what they are, and form a question that I can answer.
I don't really think you're a monster.
Why, it wouldn't be the worst thing anyone has called me. And not entirely inaccurate.
Well, I guess we're just here for the view at this point.
Will this world accept my vision of the future? Or is all of this a mistake?
What?
We've reached the crux, and it doesn't feel earned.
How do you think it should feel?
Cathartic? But all this doubt has deflated any sense of accomplishment.
Oh, you want me to tell you that you're doing a good job?
I think I do.
Well, it's not for me to say. But a lot of people look up to you like a hero. Isn't that enough?
I used to come here when I needed to feel some distance. Looking down from this God's eye view deluded me into believing that I was, as you said, above the world. But now, even here, not even the most powerful man on Arcus is safe from these dark thoughts. I envy your oversimplified worldview. But it is easy to get lost in things that seem simple. Things like titles, shipbuilder, messiah, monster. Every title that I am given leads me further away from what I was never allowed to be. Now all I have left is this hollow man. And I don't like him very much. All this to say, I cannot stop you from searching for answers, but do not get lost in them as I have.
Look. You said this brooch is a harbinger of chaos. It sounds a little stupid to say now, but my mom told me that it's a love story about two moons competing for Arcus's heart. Their gravities pulling her in different directions. But the strain of it slowly tears her apart at the fabric. First go the plants, then the animals, then the oceans. Then eventually us. We are nearing the end of that story. And despite what you say, I think my dream is trying to tell me that you are the beginning of a new one.
Or maybe I am the end.
You are hopeless.
The Madness of Chartrulean was created by H.M. Radcliffe. Original music by Sean Renner, performed by Sean Renner and the Invoke String Quartet. Editing and sound design by H.M. Radcliffe and Edward Calvi, with additional sound design by Will Fox. Narrated by Michael de la Mancha. Starring Aud Andrews, Christian Collado, Maxine Dumaine, Adrian Galley, Kathleen Klein, Stacey Lightman, Heath Martin, Shogo Miyakita, Charles Wilson, and Danielle Yonkers. This has been a Pack Howl Media original production. Visit Chartrulean.com to learn more.
If you're a fan of immersive audio fiction, you won't want to miss out on these shows from Pack Howl Media. The Madness of Chartrulean.
Will this world accept my vision of the future? Or is all of this a mistake?
The Nebulous Saga.
You killed my family. They killed mine. And for 10 years, I've been making the Alliance pay.
Tales for Howling at the Full Moon.
It is not my worth that brings me here. It is my calling.
Another day, another chosen one.
To learn more about our shows and find out how to support independent creators, visit packhowlmedia.com.